Somewhere, right now, it's 2:47 a.m. and a ship is dropping its anchor in the wrong place. In the next 60 seconds, your bank freezes, your phone goes silent, and the world splits into islands. Not because of a war, not because of a nuclear bomb, because of a cable no thicker than a garden hose, lying alone at the bottom of the ocean, and someone just cut it.
To understand why we're so dangerously vulnerable, you need to see what's actually lying beneath the ocean floor. More than 500 active cables stretch 1.4 million kilometers across the seabed, enough to wrap around the Earth 35 times. This is not just infrastructure, this is the nervous system of human civilization. Inside each cable, pulses of light travel at nearly the speed of light, carrying 250 terabits of data every second. That's 10 million HD movies flowing through a glass thread thinner than your eyelash. And before you say it, no, satellites cannot save us. Every satellite orbiting Earth combined handles less than 1% of international data. They're too slow, too expensive, and physically incapable of carrying the weight of a modern economy. Fiber optics aren't a choice, they are the only way.
And here's the part that keeps experts awake at night. These cables are not buried in bunkers. They're not guarded by militaries. They just lie there on the ocean floor, exposed. Earthquakes have snapped them. Fishing boats have sliced through them by accident. Sharks have literally chewed on them. But the real threat was never accidental. Because somewhere tonight, a submarine is silently mapping every single one of these cables, and it's not ours. Let's say it happens right now. The cables are cut. What does the first hour of the digital apocalypse actually look like? Minute 1, communication collapses. Every WhatsApp message, every Zoom call, every international phone line, gone. A daughter tries to FaceTime her mother overseas. The screen freezes. She tries again. Nothing. WhatsApp shows a single grey tick, forever. Families separated by oceans are now separated by silence. Minute 10, the economy stops breathing. The SWIFT system, the network that moves $5 trillion between banks every single day, goes completely offline. Your credit card declined. ATMs dead. The stock market frozen mid-trade. In under an hour, the global economy loses more money than some entire countries generate in a decade.
Minute 30. Aviation enters a nightmare. Planes already in the air are fine. Old-school radio still works. But the ground? Booking systems crash. Flight tracking goes dark. Refueling operations freeze. Thousands of flights are grounded indefinitely, with no system to reschedule, reroute, or even locate passengers. Minute 45. Hospitals go blind. Doctors stare at screens that read "server unavailable." Electronic health records vanish. International prescription databases gone. Cloud-based surgeries scheduled for the morning are cancelled. And for patients mid-treatment, that's not an inconvenience, that's a death sentence. In just 60 minutes, the most connected species in history becomes the most isolated. But this is only the beginning.
When the cables go dark, the first question governments ask isn't "how do we repair this?" It's "who did this?" And that question changes everything.
Military analysts have been warning for years about specific geographic choke points, narrow ocean corridors where dozens of cables run side by side. The Luzon Strait, the Red Sea, the waters around the United Kingdom. Cut just 3 or 4 of these locations and you can isolate an entire continent from the rest of the world. And this isn't theory. It's already happening. In 2023, cables near Taiwan were mysteriously cut twice. In 2024, the Baltic Sea cables connecting Finland and Estonia were severed without explanation. Russia's research vessel, Yantar, officially just a scientific ship, has been repeatedly spotted hovering directly over major Western undersea cables. Each incident a quiet whisper of something much larger building beneath the surface. Here's what makes it truly terrifying. Specialized submarines with robotic arms specifically engineered to cut fiber optic cables already exist. They don't need missiles. They don't need explosives. They just need scissors. And under international law, cutting another nation's undersea cables during peacetime can be classified as an act of war, which means the moment a government points the finger with evidence, the world doesn't ask, how do we fix the internet? It asks, do we respond militarily? And once that line is crossed, there is no going back. Let's say the crisis peaks, the culprit is identified, and now the world just needs to fix the cables. Simple, right? You're not going to like the answer. Repairing a single undersea cable is not a job for a technician with a toolbox. It requires a specialized ship as large as a football field that must locate the breaks somewhere on the ocean floor, drag it up with a grappling iron, haul it to the surface through kilometers of water, and then splice 8 hair-thin glass fibers back together by hand on a moving deck in open ocean conditions. A single repair takes 2 to 4 weeks, and in the entire world, there are only about 60 such ships. Most of them are over 20 years old. Many are already deployed on routine maintenance. If even a dozen cables are cut simultaneously at key choke points, the repair backlog doesn't take days, it takes months. By day 7, global supply chains begin to collapse. Food, fuel, and medicine stop moving. The just-in-time delivery system, the invisible engine powering the modern world, simply falls apart. By day 30, shortages in vulnerable regions become something far more serious. By day 60, social order begins to crack. Trust in governments, already fragile, starts to break entirely. Cash becomes king again. Radio broadcasts replace social media, and for the first time in half a century, humanity is forced to remember what the world felt like before the internet ever existed. We live in the most powerful age humanity has ever known. We've sent rockets to Mars, built machines that think, mapped the human genome, and yet our entire civilization hangs by a thread, or more precisely, by a single pulse of light inside a glass fiber, lying alone in the dark at the bottom of the sea. The cables beneath the ocean don't just carry data, they carry our economy, our relationships, our governments, and the quiet illusion that we are somehow in control. So here's my question for you tonight. If the cables went dark right now while you're watching this, how long could you actually survive? 1 day? A week? Or have we already become so dependent that we could never truly go back? Drop your answer in the comments. I read every single one. And if this made you see the world even slightly differently, subscribe to MNIST, because the next invisible force shaping our world might be one you've never even heard of.